Hello, I'm PhocusWire Editor-in-Chief Mitra Sorrells, and today I am joined by Joe Mason. He is Chief Marketing Officer for the travel line of business at Allianz Partners. Welcome, Joe.
Thank you, Mitra.
So I know as a global provider of travel insurance and assistance, I know Allianz Partners is always tracking travel trends. Why don't you start by just giving us a sense of some of the trends that you are watching and seeing as most important for the coming years?
Sure. Well, we see a lot of things going on. Obviously, AI is in the news in a huge way. We think that's going to change the way people plan, research, and engage in travel. That's pretty clear, and a lot of companies are moving very quickly. Other things around authenticity and trying to seek truly memorable experiences, getting immersed in local cultures is a trend. Seeing sustainability still be top of mind to a lot of our travelers and a lot of our customers. There's a disconnect sometimes between what travelers want and what they're willing to pay for with respect to sustainability, but we're seeing that's a big trend. And then another one is we're seeing a lot of people are preferring to spend their discretionary income on luxury travel over luxury goods, for example. So all of this bodes well for us. Obviously, there's some headwinds within the travel space. We might see some softening this year, but demand is still strong, and that's a bullish outlook, I think, for all of us.
Okay, yeah, that's kind of a great summary there of certainly a lot of the trends that I would say we are certainly hearing a lot about as well. So that aligns with that. I know that Allianz Partners really prioritizes innovation. In fact, you are the sponsor of our Hot 25 Travel Startups for 2024, which certainly speaks to the fact that you really value innovation across the travel industry. Can you tell us a little bit more about why it is important and what is your strategy to try to drive innovation?
Great question. I think innovation originates with consumers being more demanding and travelers being more demanding than ever. They're really the catalyst of innovation. And what we're seeing and what we can all relate to as consumers is the fact that we keep insisting and wanting companies to be more responsive, more personable, more tailored in terms of their products and services. So consumers are a big impetus, obviously, to all companies wanting to innovate. And also within the travel supplier network, travel suppliers and companies that we interact with, whether or not they're in the travel space doesn't matter, but we continue to raise the bar, better products and services, more efficiency, better value for your money. So all of these things are real drivers for innovation. And then the last thing I would say has to do with probably forms of communication today. And companies that provide services that are powerful and positive get recognized, and those that don't also get recognized through social media. So
Yes.
you can't hide anymore. You have to provide good services right out of the gate. And then lastly, I would say culture matters. Having a culture that is continuously challenging itself, challenging each other, having a courageous mindset, being willing to invest, being willing to fail. All of these things, I think, are important to drive an innovative culture within companies and ultimately provide innovative products and services to customers.
So one of your newest innovations, as we're speaking about innovation, is this digital platform, Allyz. I was reading a little bit about that. It seems very interesting. Can you tell us a little more about it and how that fits into your roadmap for innovation going forward?
Sure. I'll back up a little bit on the context through which we built Allyz. And first off, thinking about Allianz more broadly, Allianz is all about securing people's future and providing safety and security to customers, whether they're financial services customers or travel insurance customers. And within our travel insurance base, we believe and feel there's this element of travel tension nowadays when travelers plan and book and actually travel. And the travel tension, we all feel it. Even if we're expert travelers or if we're novel travelers, we sense this notion of travel tension. And what we want to do through our platform called Allyz is we want to reduce that tension. We want to make it easier for people to pick certain destinations. We want to make it easier for them to understand their travel insurance policy, to be able to file claims, to find hospitals and clinics that speak their local language in destinations that may not be familiar to them. So if we can accompany the traveler and provide a peace of mind more so than they have today, we think that's a winning formula. And that is, at the essence, what our Allyz platform is all about.
So can you talk a bit more about that then? You're talking about peace of mind and reassurance and all of that. What are some specific needs that you are trying to address with Allyz?
Sure. So four basic categories. The first is, and the hub of Allyz is the hub of what we do, and that's provide insurance. So Allyz as an app, download from the App Store, Allyz Travel Smart, provides insurance benefits. That is easy to understand your policy, terms and conditions, your coverage, your limits, ability to file a claim all through the app. So that's basic blocking and tackling. And frankly, those are table stakes that we do really well. In addition to that, there's a set of health and wellness services and safety and security services. On the health and wellness side, we're talking about providing access to doctors, hospitals, clinics in foreign destinations that are highly rated, easy to access either physically or virtually. And then on the safety and security side, we've got services that provide alerts in the event that there is unrest, there's a riot, there's a issue that you as a traveler probably want to know about. So we've got a lot of push notifications. And then last but not least, the fourth category of services is around convenience. Here we're talking about ability to contact Allianz, checking your flight status, and also having things like translation services, medical dictionaries, things like that. So ultimately, our vision behind Allyz is to be a constant companion for you when you travel. And as a result, we want to reduce this travel tension and make travel more enjoyable, make travel safer for everyone.
And did you say, so this is rolling out right now?
It is, yeah. So it's rolled out in the US. We've had a product called Travel Smart in the US for many years, and Allyz Travel Smart is the next evolution of that. We're also rolling out globally, Allyz in Europe and in Asia Pacific as we speak. It's available in many countries in Europe now. And we're going to spend the better part of this year continuing to roll out the product and continuing to roll out new services for our customers around the world and for our travel partners and our travel suppliers. One thing I didn't mention is, but it's really important to your audience, is that the services we're building into Allyz are meant to be modular so that our travel partners can take certain services and include those services into their digital ecosystems. So I'm super excited about this. This has been a multi-year journey, and we think that it just provides an additional value proposition for Allianz, helps us differentiate ourselves, helps us create more and better and tighter relationships with our partners and ultimately our customers.
Okay, that's great. We look forward to hearing more about that for sure. And just as we get ready to wrap up then, Joe, I would ask, what's next for Allianz Partners? What still needs attention?
Well, on the travel side, there's still opportunities within travel. Travel will continue to evolve. It'll be interesting to see how AI changes the dynamic. We're investing a lot in that space. So that's one. And then the second thing is there's a lot of opportunities beyond travel. There's assistance, there's mobility, there's home, there's cyber. And all of these areas are areas that we're looking at very closely and ultimately may want to create this blended value proposition that's inclusive of multiple platforms, not just travel.
Okay, wonderful. Well, Joe Mason from Allianz Partners, thank you so much for taking some time to talk to us.
Thank you, Mitra. Have a great day.
Bye-bye.